A new Humble Bundle is out with a fresh set of indie games to tempt us. The Steam sale helped pile onto the pile. Rob helps the new kid in South Park obtain the stick of truth. Ted agrees with the rest of the internet about Mass Effect 3's ending, and Pete gushes about Trespasser. All of this and more coming up on episode 1 of
The Pile of Shame.
Gamers of all kinds, we know the struggle, that overwhelming pile of games to still beat. Conquer the pile, don't quit. Today is February 25th, 2016. My name is Rob, and I am your host for this support group. I go by Chai Tea out there in the gamer world, and you'll catch me most often in World of Warcraft and Rocket League. But I also tend to enjoy first-person shooter games and all manner of RPGs, ranging from tactical to the MMO variety. With me tonight to help encourage you to keep up the fight against that growing pile are my co-hosts. Going first to Pete. Pete, sir, tell us a little about yourself.
Oh my gosh, what is there to tell? I'm Pete. I go by Fighting Viper most of the time. Let's see, I play bad games, or I enjoy playing bad games, so there's something wrong with me. I'm pretty sure that's fundamentally broken.
You play bad games well, at least.
Well, sometimes. I guess lately I've been playing PC a lot, but I have game systems going back to Genesis and, older, I guess. So I'll play just about anything at least once. So that's me.
All right. And going to our other co-host, Ted. How are you doing, sir? And tell us a little about yourself.
I'm doing all right. I go by Periclean, Periklean, because it is really hard to figure out from the name how it's spelled. I play mostly on the PC, sometimes a little bit on the PS4. Games I play tend to be first-person shooters, strategy, and sometimes some RPGs. Yeah.
All right. Well, with our co-host introduced and out of the way, let's talk about this pile of shame that we have. Let's go to creating the pile.
Zug zug, work complete.
All right. So our piles vary in range and intensity and console game. Let's go ahead and start with the smallest pile out there. And size isn't everything, but Ted, tell us about your pile.
Are you saying it's the motion of the games list here?
Yeah, motion to Steam. Yeah.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
That doesn't really work here. Oh, God. All right. Well, I have about 101 games in total. About 59 of those I can actually count for our purposes here. And they're not multiplayer or otherwise impossible to actually complete. Like Civ 5 is impossible to complete. You can never complete it. There's no point at which the screen says up and says, "Congratulations, you've conquered the world. You don't have to play this game ever again." I'm currently at about 13.5% complete. So I've got a ways to go.
Yeah, there's a little bit of room to go. So my percentage complete is slightly better at 15%, but I'm at the magical 299 mark right now.
I'm just ready to crest into the 300
Ready
territory.
to hit the 300. So 233 of those are completable, of which, like I said, I've completed 15%. So better percentage, but a lot bigger number. I have more games yet to complete than he has games total. So
yes, well, I wasn't going to say anything about that. What I was going to say is I'm hearing that I need to buy you a game so you hit that 300.
Well, we'll talk about one later that's already pre-ordered and ready to hit me in a couple weeks. So,
oh man, you beat me to the punch.
Right. All right, Pete, tell us about your pile. A little bit bigger than mine and Ted's combined.
Yeah, and actually, I haven't finished counting all my games yet. This is embarrassing because PS4. You guys are PS Plus members, right? I mean, they give you free games. So I've got a crap.
I've stopped downloading them so I don't keep adding them to the pile, pretty much. It's like only if I'm really interested.
Oh, you're artificially keeping your size small? What? This is not right. So yeah, I guess it's just a little bit bigger. I've got 872 games I've counted so far.
Holy crap.
Well, yeah, I'm not quite to 900. At least it's still 3 digits, so I've got that going for me.
For a couple weeks.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, hey, don't rub it in. I've got there's like 54 of them, I think, so far that I've found that are like not a game or can't be completed or whatever. I've finished 34. So
Woo!
yeah, so it's my percentage says I've completed a little over 10%, but I'm not sure if I believe that. I think my math might be wrong. So yeah, there you go. My shame quotient or percentage is like nearly complete. It's sad. I'm a bad person.
Yeah, it's like 89% or something like that. I like that, by the way. I think we ought to go by shamefulness
Shamefulness
from here on
quotient.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my
Much better.
shamefulness quotient is a little over 84%.
I've got something like
man.
86. So yeah.
You guys sound really good compared to me. It's going to take
I don't know.
forever to run this
I would
down.
say percentage is pretty close, 86, 89, but then we look at your total and
Just don't look at that number.
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
the other one.
Moving on.
The one that
We'll
can't
stick
get
with
bigger.
percentages. Okay. All right. Well, now we're going to talk about what's keeping us from lowering that shamefulness percentage by resting on the pile.
Ah! Cart is not moving!
Yeah, it's not moving at all.
It moves very, very small amounts.
Right, Pete. What's pushing you, keeping you from pushing the cart here?
So it's, there's one of these is going to be common to all of us. Work, right? Everybody's got work. You got to work to buy more games to put on the pile. So,
Right.
But then there's a couple of these things on my list that I wasn't really expecting. One, I signed up for a marathon in June. Apparently because I don't feel like I inflict enough pain on myself normally. So,
I thought it was because you wanted to play Q-Up the game in life.
Yeah, that could be. So I gotta, I have to run 4 times a week for this training plan so that I don't die miserably in June. And it turns out I'm not a very fast runner. So 3 miles, that's half an hour for me. So it's adding up very quickly. And then, on top of that, I've been sick lately, as I think everyone has been.
Everybody here. Yeah.
So that sucks, and there's sometimes when I just feel super passive and I just want to, I don't know, watch a trailer for Doom or something.
Right.
So there you go.
Right,
Those are the big ones for me for now.
Ted, what's keeping you resting on the pile?
The big two are work and illness for me too. I've caught 2 different kinds of colds in the last month.
It's like every time I talk to you, it's like you're sick, and I'm like, "Oh, you're still sick?" No, I'm sick again.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, I just can't get away from this stuff. I must be catching up from years of good health. Except, no, that's not true either. No running for me though. I have asthma, so I don't do the running thing. But I think I've got enough going on otherwise. So I'll
Blessed
take a pass on it.
release from
Pete,
running.
I will watch
yeah.
you from the sidelines and cheer you on when you run that marathon.
Yeah, right. I don't think watching people run is probably that exciting. It's just
Hey, I'll break into a sweat just watching, man.
Right.
oh my.
So for me, yeah, the illness has actually helped me get through the pile. It's given me a couple days home from work that I normally don't have. So
Overachiever.
right.
Yeah,
I was
right.
able to get some work done on that. It's mainly been games like World of Warcraft. That takes a lot of my time. I'm a raid leader, so I've got a lot of stuff to do inside the game. Luckily, it's in a bit of a lull period right now while we're waiting for the next expansion, so it's giving me a lot of time to actually work on other
Okay.
games.
I was wondering, I was going to say, I have no idea how you manage WoW and another podcast and this stuff. You're still ahead of me at the games here. So
It's mainly when the expansion is brand new or there's a new patch or a new raid out, then yeah, my time playing other games goes to pretty much 0. But right now
Okay.
I'm in a lull. So we're done with the raid and we're not expecting a new one until at least July.
okay,
And that's being optimistic. So
good to know.
yeah, I'll have some time. But another game that's keeping me from it is Rocket League.
Oh.
They came out with a new season and added all new items and stuff like that. So I'm playing a lot of Rocket League. A lot of it. So
You
I
can't
hadn't
blame you
noticed.
though. It's a lot of fun.
yeah,
It is.
that's a game that all 3 of us play together typically on Tuesday nights. So
Yeah, I think we have a video of that up at least one for our Twitch, don't we?
yeah, we got one on our Twitch. We got one on our YouTube as well. And then I know Pete's recorded our last session. So
Oh, I can't wait to put that one up. That was pretty exciting. So that'll have to go up on YouTube, I think.
yep, absolutely.
It's awesome.
All right. Well, sometimes we can actually complete games, though. So let's talk about chipping at the pile. I completed a game!
Congratulations! You did the thing.
Yes! South Park: The Stick of Truth is done.
And that's not even a short game, is it? I mean, it's kind of...
It took me 10 and a half hours. So for an RPG, I actually consider that pretty short.
Oh, that's true. I guess I expected it to be a little longer, but
yeah.
Or did I?
I don't know. So Stick of Truth is a game where it's a turn-based RPG, and you actually assume the role of the new kid in South Park. You create an avatar, and you pick a class between fighter, rogue, wizard, or Jew.
Oh, yeah. That's the staple of the RPG genre there. Yeah.
Yeah, so naturally I picked the Jew because they're just completely overpowered.
Absolutely.
OP. Oh, man.
So after you pick your character, you join into a live-action roleplay battle between the humans led by Cartman and Kenny and the elves led by Stan and Kyle over the Stick of Truth, the holder of which controls the universe.
Oh, my goodness. Which side is... wait, so you said Cartman and Kenny were...
Yeah, Cartman
humans,
and Kenny were on the humans, and the elves were led by Stan and Kyle, which you don't actually see Stan and Kyle for like the first half of the game.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
So you don't play as any of them then? You play as just you said the new kid.
You play as your own, your new kid thing. So your journey leads you to interact with most of the town's locations and people. And so pretty much any character you can think of, you'll eventually run into. I didn't run into Barbara Streisand, so there's that. But
bummer.
Outside of combat, though, the game feels just like your character is a part of a South Park episode. So they've got all the set pieces in there, and it plays just like an episode. It's only when you're in combat that things don't feel like the episode.
Is there any sort of branching dialogue, or is it all just kind of like talk to the people and they tell you the same thing kind of deal?
Yeah, it's usually talk to the people. It's like your character doesn't actually talk at all.
Okay.
It's at the very end of the game, you have a button you can press that says talk, and I'm not going to spoil what it says, but
that's awesome. All right. The silent protagonist.
Right. And they actually make fun of it all through the game, because it's just like someone asks you a question, you just sit there and look at them.
Oh, nice. All right, man.
And then they're like, okay, well, apparently you want this, so here you go.
Nice. He aspires to be Gordon Freeman, I guess.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a Gordon Freeman type thing. Nice. So the last act of the game is up on YouTube with my playthrough. So of note, this is very NSFW, as it contains graphic depictions of cartoon nudity and may involve Mr. Slave's butt.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was pretty much expected in any game, isn't it? That's
right.
Yeah, well.
Yes. So if you're under 18, I would advise asking your parents for permission
to look at cartoon butt. Yep.
Right, and then just don't. I give this game a 4 out of 5 Mr. Hankies.
Oh, well, that's admirable. Yeah.
The reason why it loses to Mr. Hanky is the RPG system itself is sorely lacking. It's way too easy. I think I fell in combat only once during the entire game. And additionally, the QuickTime events were very overused. It was a very QuickTime event oriented system.
QuickTime events? I didn't even realize. In combat or out of combat? How does it work?
Both.
So is it sort of like, I'm trying to think, Paper Mario, where there's sort of like press buttons at certain times to...
So, like in the combat system, like in the combat system, for example, when you're getting attacked, if you hit A at the right time, when you have a little symbol that shows up under your feet, you can block most special effects from taking effect.
Okay.
And if you time your attack at the right time and hit your attack button at the right time, it will do extra damage or bonus damage or something like that. So, but then outside of combat, there are many set pieces where it will require you to hit, X, Y, B, etc.
Wow.
So I definitely recommend playing this with a controller if you have it.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, all right. I didn't realize that there were QuickTime events, really.
Yep, there definitely are. It's very heavy with that. So that's the reason it loses a Mr. Hanky. But other than the combat system, it's an enjoyable RPG. And the fact that it feels like a South Park episode the whole time, The voice acting is top notch. Animation is top notch. Everything is great. It's just the combat system itself. The actual gameplay of it is what's weak.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like when you go into it, you're probably, I don't know, if you're a fan of the series going into it, that's sort of the atmosphere maybe is what you're there for, partly.
It's definitely there for the atmosphere.
That's very cool.
Yeah, wins and spades for that. So, Pete, what games did you complete?
Yeah, well, let me see. Gosh, I'm consulting my notes here. None. No, I didn't finish any games for this episode since we last talked. I guess we'll go into later in the show what I've been playing, but nothing done. So yeah, I know we need where's the sad trombone noise? We need some seriously. Of that.
I'm not good enough for that. Oh, jeez.
Well, no, you did a really good job. I mean, you're an excellent trombone.
Thank you.
I think you're a better person.
I practiced nightly to be a trombone. It was always my childhood dream.
Oh well,
to be a sad trombone.
Aspirations.
No, okay. Nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Is that better?
There we go. I feel much better now. Perfect.
Right. Once again, I'm useless. No.
We don't have a sound for that yet.
Yeah. No. Well, I actually have you covered, Pete. I completed 2 games.
There you go.
Night 2,
which
is a sequel to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll try to be less productive or more productive, whatever.
You're making the rest of us look bad. Well, you're making me look bad.
Well, we'll see if we can fix that. But for now, Poker Night 2 is a sequel to Poker Night at the Inventory, which, if you can guess, is a poker game.
I was going to say, it's
never
like,
would have guessed that.
Wow, man. Does that have quick time events?
No.
Okay.
I was almost surprised by. And then Mass Effect 3, which does have QuickTime events.
Oh,
so at least I got that out of the way. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you have opportunities to do a Paragon action or a Rogue action or whatever at certain points during certain cutscenes.
Oh, but they're timed. Oh my god! Yeah. Wow, I had no man.
I failed one, and because of that, I killed Tali, which was like, okay, well. That's done.
Oops.
Shenmue, what have you done
I know.
to this industry?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
So, Poker Night 2 took me about 20 hours in total to complete. Around a quarter of that was spent idling because I was trying to do other things. It is a fair amount, considering it's a poker game, right?
That's twice what Rob spent on the Stick of Truth.
Entire South Park.
I will note that I am terrible at poker. That's my only excuse.
All right, noted.
I can't even beat computers most of the time. So
okay.
it's got 2 modes, right? Texas Hold'em and Omaha Hold'em, which is Texas Hold'em with more hole cards. So I'm not really sure if that counts as 2 modes, but there you go.
I understand all of those words individually, but I don't know any poker, so I don't know what any of that really means.
So Texas Hold'em, you get 2 hold cards. That's the cards that you only look at, and then there are 5 cards down on the table. They come in 3 at a time, 1 at a time, 1 at a time. And you make a hand of 5 from that. And best hand wins, just like in any other poker.
When does the river show up?
The river is the last card. I know that much.
Okay. All right. So, well, see, that's more than I knew.
I'm sorry for showing you up again.
Yeah, well, that's you're compensating for that pile size, I think.
Well,
I don't know. Sorry, I went there.
Thank you. No.
Anyway, please.
Oh my!
Sorry. Thanks. Well,
I'm glad you had that.
The dealer is GLaDOS from Portal, which was nice.
Oh, okay.
Because she added some good dialogue. And then you play against Brock Sampson from the Venture Brothers, Claptrap from Borderlands, Ash Williams from The Evil Dead, and Sam from Sam and Max. Which he's actually kind of making
eclectic group.
Wow. It is right. Sam is actually a returning character in a sense. He was in Poker Night at the Inventory, but he wasn't someone who played against. He was the companion to Max. Max played last time.
Okay.
And they justified this change by saying Max ate too many poker chips, which I believe.
Nice. I didn't realize. So it's like not even Valve characters, huh? I thought
not entirely. No. Well, it's made by Telltale Games.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you've got like cartoons and Borderlands and point and click adventures. I mean,
there are tie-ins. Right. I mean, there are unlocks for both TF2 and Borderlands 2, at least on the PC version. I'm not sure about Xbox or
And
PS4. But
Telltale has done most of those series.
yeah.
Oh, so it's a Telltale. All right, so Sam
there's
and
a
Max.
Telltale
I guess
games,
they
yeah.
have. I didn't know there was a Venture Brothers one though.
I
don't know
didn't
about
either.
Venture Brothers.
I think that's
I know
just a cartoon thing.
Borderlands. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
anyway, as with its predecessor, the other characters taunt you, have conversations amongst themselves, and even have tells. Kind of. Some are more subtle than others, I guess.
Okay.
I mentioned there are unlocks for beating characters at certain times. You have to work towards them.
Yeah.
All of the TF2 items I know are cosmetics. I'm looking forward to finding out whether or not that is the case for Borderlands.
Right.
I see the case because Borderlands is not exactly player versus player. That might include actual items in that one. So we'll find out. I'm not going to be disappointed if they're just cosmetic, but it'll be interesting to find out. Like I said, so
yeah, I'll be curious. I'm betting it's going to be skins or something rather than.
That's my guess too, but I don't know. You never know.
We can hope.
Oh, yeah, it's
keep
true
the hope
because they did
alive.
have skins in Borderlands 2 for all the different players.
Yeah.
So overall, I think it's a good poker game if you like the characters you play against and you like poker.
Right.
But if you're like me, you'll be wishing for a skip dialogue button by about the 10th hand when the characters discuss the benefits offered by their employers for about the third time.
Oh,
Right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I imagine there's only so many bits of dialogue.
Yeah, and they do get
so.
repeated. And I kept hitting space and escape and return, and nothing worked. And I'm like, okay, that's why I started getting the idle time in, because I would just turn to something else while that was happening, right?
Okay.
Right, and then get distracted and come back a little bit. Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah,
Wow.
I rate it about a 3 of a kind overall. So not the greatest,
Okay.
but not the worst.
Not like a Full House or something. That's
No. If it had a skip button, maybe, but no. So
Wait, so were the voice actors the real voice actors as well? I mean, like
as
Ash...
far as I could tell, the ones that I really recognized were GLaDOS and Claptrap. I don't think they got Ash. I can't remember
Bruce
his name.
Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell. I don't think
Bruce
they got
Campbell.
him, but I think they did get the actor for the game made for The Evil Dead.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay.
So, no idea on the Venture Brothers guy because I never have watched that cartoon. So
Okay. Well, did you ever watch
sounded convincing.
Family Guy?
So,
all right.
but Mass Effect 3. This is going to be a short review because it's been reviewed to hell and back. Right. It's our Western style RPG, heavy on the third person action elements. It picks up where Mass Effect 2 left off, which is a positive. On the other hand, it's got a mediocre plot with awful dialogue. I don't know who they hired, but it was terrible.
It's
the music was
seriously
good.
that bad? I hadn't heard about the dialogue.
Oh man, I kept going. Did you guys edit this? Was someone looking over the script at any point? But I don't know. Maybe it was just me. The music I thought was pretty good overall, except during the romance scenes where it got really overwrought and super cheesy.
Ooh.
Like I kind of just walked away and like, why am I in a romance scene in the first place?
Bow chicka bow wow? Or no?
That would have been an
else?
improvement.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Gameplay was really pretty good. It was challenging, but not frustrating. But it was definitely repetitive. So,
did you play as? I mean, I guess I haven't beat any of those games yet, but I remember there was some like psionics and stuff. Did you play as?
Yeah, you can play. Well, they call it biotics or whatever. I just played as a normal shotgun toting asshole, for better or worse.
Okay.
All right.
So you played the renegade side mostly?
Actually, I ended up playing Paragon side in the end. But I tried to be an asshole and I failed. So
failed to be an asshole.
I don't know what that says about me, but.
Yeah,
So-
I played the heck out of Mass Effect 1. That was before, if I recall correctly, that was before BioWare got bought out by EA.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
And then
It was
they
just
bought
before.
it,
In fact, I had to rush it to complete it before the buyout.
right,
Oh.
and then Mass
Huh.
Effect 2 was after the EA thing.
Yes, it was. And you can tell. Sadly.
Right, you can tell. And then,
in a bad way, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
That's a bummer.
the twist with 3, the thing that really sets it apart for me is that you're really kind of required to complete the game using a kind of a web-based minigame and or multiplayer, which is PvE. to get a good or better rating for the ending. So there are only
What?
these
Really?
3 splits of the ending, but
What?
you also have 3 qualities of the ending, right? And I had no idea. I was looking at the galaxy map going, why am I not making progress? I'm picking up all these military assets, and we're still at like 50% readiness. I had to look it up online because, of course, the game doesn't tell you. And then I was like,
man.
you're kidding me. I'm like 2/3 of the way through the campaign, and I have to play a web game because they discontinued the iPad app. And
Jeez.
yeah,
Oh no.
and the multiplayer. Fortunately, there's somehow some people still playing multiplayer. Some of them are at very high levels. So somewhere out there, some
They
people
were
like this
carrying
game.
you through.
They were carrying
Okay.
me through, which was nice. Yeah, as disappointing as the hidden requirements was the infamous ending. Shepard is offered 3 choices, and even in the extended cut, which of course this late I got for free, those choices result in basically the same outcome. I played through one and I watched the others on YouTube, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, at least they saved money on art assets.
Right.
All I can really
Oh,
say here
geez.
is that I'm glad I played through the game, and I'm also just as glad that I got it at a steep discount.
Right.
Okay. So you're
I-
saying
They set out this grand vision for the Mass Effect trilogy back in Mass Effect 1 because, spoiler alert, if you haven't played Mass Effect 1 from decade ago,
la la, I can't hear you.
at the end of Mass Effect 1, you make a choice that completely is different.
Mhm.
Like, it's you destroy something or you save something.
Yeah.
So I said spoiler alert and then didn't actually give a spoiler.
Yeah,
but
That was
well,
very
well,
nice
I wasn't gonna
talking
say
around
anything.
it.
Yeah.
And there was this grand vision where as you would progress through 2, if you chose one way, you would move through, and if you chose the other way, you would move through the other way, and you would have like 4, 5, 6 different endings at the end of things, depending on where you played in Mass Effect 1. And then 3, it should branch off even further, and you should have like all these like 15 to 20 different endings. But then no. Mass
Yeah.
Effect 2 comes out, and EA says, no, we're just going to have a canon ending.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And
So like, it doesn't matter what I chose in Mass Effect 1, F you!
yeah,
Wow.
Mass Effect 3, to their credit, some of what, like, if I had chosen to import my Mass Effect 2 file, which I didn't because I couldn't remember what choices I made and I just didn't want to bother. So I started a new file. But your choices from before could actually affect certain plot points, but they weren't really salient plot points, right? It did not affect the
Major
ending.
ones,
It did not affect major decisions that at all. You can completely walk through the game without having played 1 or 2, and you're fine.
Really?
The only real disappointing part was where if I learned that if I had imported my file from 2, I maybe could have brokered a peace deal.
Ah.
Yeah, that was it.
Maybe. All right.
That's pretty sad. It's like they had such potential with that to go through. How cool would it be to have a game where you did that? You go through 3 different games and have like
Yeah.
all these
my
different
gosh.
choose your adventure type things.
But what
And that-
a nightmare to design. That I mean, I love the concept, but whoa. And then if you have to replay 3 games to
Right.
like
But
explore,
think of all that replayability, man.
That's-
It's a
I,
lot of game hours.
I can't even play it once yet.
True. I think I played Mass Effect 1 through, I think, 3 different times.
Wow. All right.
One with like the Renegade, one with the Paragon, and then one I tried. I think I went Paragon again, but did the Biotic. I
Oh.
think is what it's called. the
Okay, different
magic
class.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I had a lot of fun with that game. BioWare games before the EA buyout are like my favorite
Yeah.
games, but then
They're
they've
good.
kind of really gone downhill.
Oh well. I'm sure I'll see it eventually because I think I own some of those games and I'll have to play them someday.
Right, eventually. All right, well, let's talk about climbing the pile.
Qbert is so amazing. I'm so
Yeah.
I'm so proud that you chose that.
Yeah.
All right, so here we're talking about the games that we've been playing but haven't beaten yet. So, Ted, what have you been up to?
After completing both of those, I kind of took a break and went back to Civ 5. But up next is Borderlands. I have to see if those are actually skins or weapons or what.
Right.
And here I'm going to invite the two of you to take this journey with me. I think I'm going to kick off a new character.
All right.
And
yeah.
we can all just
Okay.
go through it together. We can rush through it. We can play through it. I figure it's an opportunity for us to do something together again and
As a
maybe
family.
make a thing out of it. So
Yeah, 'cause
Alright.
I think I've only gotten up to like level 8, and I've done like 5 different characters because like
Yeah.
we join in on the Tuesday night group. It's like, oh, let's play Borderlands. Oh, I don't have a character at this level, so let's
Yep,
all start
yep.
new characters.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
But you guys do remember the time I drove us off a cliff into an invisible wall and exploded everybody, right? I mean,
One of my favorite
before-
memories.
before you invite me to play a game for you, remember when I killed us all in a car in a game
Pete,
that's
that's
not
what I'm
about
counting
killing
on.
yourself?
we're just not letting you drive anymore.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
We're
Your
making you
license is
drive all
revoked.
the time for
Oh
the
my
lulz.
All right. Well, I look forward to that.
All right, yeah, I'll do that with you. Let's see. For me, Shadowrun Dragonfall is next up on my list. I've actually pumped a ton of hours into this when I was sick.
Yeah, I noticed like I'd look online, I think I logged into Steam at some weird time and I went, what the heck is going on? Rob's playing
Why is he
freaking
playing
games?
Shadowrun? Yeah, I caught the cold from hell, and I just couldn't do anything but play games, man.
Well, so where
rough
does
life.
Dragonfall fit? I mean, there's a bunch of Shadowrun games, right? Where
Right.
is this?
Yeah, this is I don't know the exact timeline, but for the tabletop RPG, it falls, I think, around 3rd edition, which is like in the 2050s.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know, Shadowrun is a long-running RPG system in tabletop, as well as they had it for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo way back in the day. Harebrained Schemes games, they came out with Shadowrun Returns a few years ago. And they've since come out with Shadowrun Dragonfall, a follow-up to that, as well as Shadowrun Hong Kong, and now also Shadowrun Chronicles Boston Lockdown.
Yeah.
So
Didn't they
Shadowrun
have
Dragon.
sorry
Go
to
ahead.
interrupt. Didn't they have like an Xbox game, Shadowrun, that was like multiplayer with
We
PC?
don't talk about that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
We do not mention that.
That's right. We don't go to Ravenholm. I mean Shadowrun. Sorry.
So Shadowrun Dragonfall is set in Berlin, and
Huh.
yeah, and it's got an overarching plot about a dragon, as most Shadowrun games do.
I couldn't have guessed.
And
Yeah, it's built right into the name. Yeah.
right. So Shadowrun, I love the universe. I actually play a tabletop version of it as well, where I play as, currently I'm running a which one? The Human Mage.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like you got to think.
Because I was a
about it.
dwarven technomancer before, but now I'm a Human Mage.
Oh, technomancer.
Yeah, so right now I'm playing as a elven shaman, and I found out that shamans in Dragonfall are a glass cannon. Like, they have these
Oh.
spirits that they can summon, but you have to pay for the fetish to summon the spirit, and if you get knocked unconscious, the spirit goes away. You also have to roll for control of the spirit every turn. And so
What?
if you lose control, it will turn on you and murder you because they're
Oh
really
my
powerful.
Gosh. All right.
But they are super strong. Like, if you pull it off and manage to keep control of it, you can just wipe the floor with stuff when things start going south. So it's kind of like I'm going to lose this anyways, I might as well.
Wow. It's
And-
like roll the dice, literally.
Right.
Wow.
And so there have been times where it's like I'm just getting my butt kicked and it turns it around and I win because of the spirit. And then there are other times where I'm getting cocky and I'm like, oh, I just want to finish this off, roll spirit, and then I lose control of it and it murders us. So there was one point during the gameplay, I think it was on Monday when I was playing that, I was just like, I quit the game because the spirit turned on me and killed me. And I was like, new game. And I started creating a new character. And I was like, I'm already like 10 hours into this. I better not.
Oh my
Better
gosh.
stick with it. So,
Well, that's commitment.
right.
That's what it takes to climb the pile.
Yeah. So I did stream part of this, and it's up on Twitch still, I think, for a few more days, but I did find out it's not very stream friendly because a lot of the times you're just sitting there concentrating, trying to tactically figure out where to move it because it's a tactical RPG.
Yeah.
And so it's me being silent up until I get killed, and then I start cursing a lot. So it's not really, not really very stream friendly, but I'll try. Pete, what have you been up to?
Oh, well. So, despite not beating any games, I have played a number of games, which is nice, right? But as Ted was pointing out earlier, apparently I've taken the shotgun approach where everyone else is the sniper for games. The one I'll be finishing probably next is called Roundabout. Have you heard of that, either of you?
I think I have. Remind me what it's about. I know I've heard of it.
It's a constantly spinning limousine that you guide through the levels.
I hadn't heard of it until I saw you streaming it the other day. It looks intriguing, if not frustrating.
It is so amazing. I'm in love with it, partly because it's sort of this goofy puzzle thing. It's kind of overhead. It's got like the old school, Grand Theft Auto, the first one, where it's overhead kind of thing. So anyway, but it's got a really goofy attitude, of course, obviously, and it also has these full motion video cutscenes that are like 70s style with really bad acting, and it's captured my heart.
The bad acting was my favorite part.
I just love it, and yeah, anyway, but I think it's going to be a real short game, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know. So that'll be the next one, and then, of course, yeah, I mean, over the last few weeks, we've played the Division beta. I think, well, Ted, maybe you didn't play that with us.
Yeah, Ted didn't play it.
I'm a loser.
But that was like, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say you were. No. But, I mean, we pumped like 5 or 6 hours into that on...
yeah, we were having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, multiplayer, I'm very curious to see how single player is going to hold up, because multiplayer was a lot of fun, but...
the single player, a lot of people are comparing it to Destiny, and it's already way better than Destiny in terms of story, because it has
a story.
I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain.
Best line ever.
I
hope it shows up in the Division.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, so we played that. Aliens Colonial Marines, I think I streamed here, although it's choppy as all get out. My one-handed alcohol-fueled disaster is the note I put to myself here.
I should point out here that you actually have 2 hands. Right.
Oh, yeah, right. Yes.
That's the challenge, though. It's alcohol-fueled in one hand, and even though you have 2.
I did drink a flaming drink at one point, so that was safe.
Right at the beginning of the stream, yeah.
Yep.
It is up on YouTube, so you can visit our YouTube channel and see that.
Perfect. Yeah, P.O. Shame at YouTube, I guess. I don't know what the URL is. I'm sorry, I'm a failure.
Just visit poshame.com and click YouTube on the right side.
What he said. What else? Turbo Pug, I mentioned in episode 0, which is just a stupid infinite runner. For some reason, I keep playing it. I can't beat it. I don't know why I keep playing it. It's charming. And then also on the list, Arma 2, Elite Dangerous, Anti-Chamber, Goat Simulator, Space Beast, Terror Fright. I played all of those just a little bit.
Wow.
And the Witness, I'd shoveled, just freaking hour after hour into it.
Like, you playing that a lot.
Like a coal furnace. And unfortunately, I hit a point where I'm like, oh, I need a break. This hurts. There's a lot of puzzles, and as probably every review has said, you beat the puzzles and your reward is more puzzles that are probably just as hard or harder. So, I'll be coming back to that eventually, but that's going to be like 40 or 60 hours for me to beat everything.
Oh, jeez.
But it's fun. Sometimes.
Sometimes, right?
Anyway, so there you go. That's my crap load of games.
All right. Well, sometimes the pile gets smaller, but oftentimes the pile gets bigger. Let's talk about adding to the pile.
Yes, let's.
All right, adding to the pile. So these are games that we've added to our pile recently, or games we're excited about coming up soon. So for me, the Steam sale got me good, but not as good as Pete.
Yeah, which Steam sale?
It was the Lunar New Year sale.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what it actually was.
Yeah, I think it was the Lunar New Year sale.
There was something in between.
Maybe it was a Groundhog's Day sale. I don't know.
That's right. the every other Tuesday sale, or right. I don't know.
So I got Firewatch, which our friend Chris has given good praise to. Just Cause 3. Because Just Cause 2 multiplayer has been a lot of fun. Let's see. A game called Hand of Fate that was recommended by Scott Johnson, who's a well-known podcaster I listen to.
The heck is Hand of Fate?
Yeah, you'll have to look it up because I have no idea. I just went on the recommendation. I knew it would be a good one.
Perfect. Okay.
Let's see. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory was added as part of the humble Ubisoft bundle. And then Pete gifted me The Darkness 2.
Aha. I made your pile bigger.
Yes, you did. So The Division, I've also pre-ordered thanks to that Ubisoft bundle, so that's going to be my 300th game, unless someone sneaks me a gift copy somewhere.
Don't look at me.
I've got gift copies of things. No, we don't want to ruin your moment.
No, so that's coming out March 8th, so that's coming up here soon. And like Pete said, we played a lot of the beta on that, and the Dark Zone was a lot of fun. I remember there was a point where I just got bloodthirsty, and I realized it's like with the Dark Zone, you gather gear, but then you only have so many gear pieces, gear slots, and you have to extract those, and you have to like stay there for like 2 minutes while the helicopter comes in and you extract them out. But anybody can come up and kill you, and if they kill you, they can take all that gear and extract it themselves. And so I found out about this, and I was like, ooh, I need lots of gear. So I saw there was an extraction coming up, and I ran away from the rest of my team, ran up this parking garage, and I saw 3 guys right about to equip their stuff onto the helicopter, and I just go in guns a-blazing, shoot them all down, send everybody else on our team rogue, and you guys get killed, I think, because of that. And I just go in and decimate them, steal all their gear, and extract it. It was beautiful.
Yeah, and it takes... how long does it take to put your gear on the rope? I'm trying to think.
Probably about 3 or 4 seconds, I think.
Is it that quick? It seems so much longer when you're there.
Right, because you're like afraid someone's going to shoot you.
Yeah. Well, like, if I could take a moment to relate, I played a little bit after we all played in the Dark Zone, and it was just me. But I found this group of people holed up on a rooftop, just surrounded. They were rogue, so they had shot somebody. Surrounded, just like literally people everywhere on the roof. There was nowhere you could go where there wasn't a person, and it was hilarious because the guys fighting against the rogue people, one of them, would accidentally shoot one of the friendly people. They would go rogue, and it was like blood in the water.
Everybody's turned on them.
Everybody just, rah, dead. It was like, man, this is scary. So, we'll be curious to see how that plays out.
Right. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Another game I'm excited about is called Quantum Break. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't heard about this until recently, but it's finally going to give me a reason to boot up the Xbox.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes with that system, isn't it?
Yeah, you saw that as well, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it has a time control aspect with, Quantum Break. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty excited. It looks very cinematic and it's from Remedy, right? The people who did
Alan
Max
Wake.
Payne. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. So they've got some good juice behind them, so hopefully it will turn out pretty good. That's coming out April 5th.
Oh, not very far off, is it?
Nope. All right. So Pete, what are you looking forward to, and what have you added to your pile?
Well, thanks for asking. Well, actually, in episode 0, I talked about Super Hot, which is billed as the FPS where time only moves when you do, I think. It just came out today, so that is freshly on the pile. It downloaded just before the podcast started, so I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, and I'm just looking at... I don't even know if I want to tell you everything I bought. There are like 15 games.
Go on, Pete. Tell us where the sale touched you.
It's so bad, though. What? I have a problem. I went 15 games with Super Hot in there. Ori and the Blind Forest, which I've heard good things about. Something called Hell Yeah. I think it's a Sega freebie. I don't even know what it is. Do you guys?
No.
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 Yeah, I don't know what. So there's just a boatload of Dragon's Lair is on here. Dragon's Lair. I mean, why did I even do that? Probably because I like the art style, but we'll see how that goes. But the one I'm most pleased to add to my list is called Trespasser. Have you guys, it's a Jurassic Park game. Have you heard of this? No? Silence?
Nope.
Silence.
I'm very excited because I played a little bit of this in college. It came out in 1998. And so I just think it was kind of ahead of its time. Unfortunately, I think it's also kind of broken, but we'll see how it stacks up when I play it. The deal is...
Isn't someone remaking it?
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually kind of excited to hear that if that's the case. I mean, it's got a lot of things that make it really cool. It's Half-Life 2. Oh, here's a wooden seesaw. How do you get up the other side? Oh, well, I guess you'll pile some boxes on here and use physics. Trespasser has sort of physics-based stuff. You can grab objects, put them down places. It doesn't have any UI. So, like, to tell your health, you look down at you're a lady, so you look down at your cleavage and you've got like a heart tattoo that tells you your health. But I mean, that's kind of cool. No ammo counters. You pick up a gun and she says something like, it's almost empty or feels full, crap like that. So, and basically the entire game, well, I think their story for it is you broke your arm or something. So you're just this one arm kind of floating around and you just grab things. That's how you interact with everything.
Just grab all the things. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm very excited. I'm stoked.
Yeah. Someone is remaking this.
Wow.
And it's active.
Oh, yes.
Last update, December 13th, 2015.
Oh, okay.
Trespassingpetrolia.com is where he's doing the remake.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out because, like I said, I think it was just it had a lot of concepts that were ahead of their time, perhaps, but it's also, I don't think it's going to be any good, which makes it perfect for me. And then, as far as games coming out soon, Hyperlight Drifter is coming soon, I think. They sent me an email. I'm a backer, and said that it was going to come soon. So I don't know what date it is, unfortunately, but soon.
Okay. All right. Well, Ted, what are you adding to the pile recently?
Well, I'm looking forward to / dreading the next Steam sale because I think I added at least half a dozen games to my wish list. Yeah. And then I think not Mass Effect, good lord. Mirror's Edge 2.
Mirror's Edge.
Gotta get that game out of my brain.
Oh my gosh.
Mirror's Edge 2 is coming out in April, as I recall. And I'll definitely be picking that up. And in the meantime, I picked up Need for Speed Most Wanted, which I think has a single player component. But it was free this last week on Origin, which I know I'm the devil for having Origin.
Yeah, shame on you for going away from Steam.
I know. I'm sorry. Mea culpa. I only got it for Mass Effect 3, which is anyway.
I only read it for the articles. Sure.
Right. That's exactly. And now I'm getting free games to add to the pile every week. So
you say it like it's a bad thing.
Okay. Good point.
All right. Well, let's talk about not just adding to the pile, but piling onto the pile.
Preparing to dispense product. Your business is appreciated.
Major deals out there. This is where we're going to talk about the Steam sales, Humble Bundles. Speaking of Humble Bundle, the Humble Indie Bundle number 16 just came out.
Oh, no.
So you can get Retro City Rampage DX, Never Alone, Outlast, Trine 3, Door Kickers, Else, Heart.Break, and Sunless Sea.
Oh, man.
Else Heart.Break is interesting to me because it's kind of a coding type game. So I think you would probably get a kick of that.
Sounds interesting.
So you can.
I think I might actually be safe for this one, though, because I own most of those games already.
You own most of them? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't own any of those, I think.
Really?
I might own Never Alone.
Yeah.
I think I have Never Alone, but all the rest of them I don't have. But all the rest of them I'm not really interested in, except for Else Heart.Break. So,
Door Kickers is pretty cool, but I don't know. It depends on what you like, I suppose.
Right. So getting this will help support Child's Play and the Electronic Frontier Electronic Frontier Foundation, the EFF. I should have just used the acronym. Everyone knows what it means except for me.
Yeah, okay. Well, I always forget. So
you can go to humblebundle.com to help support those charities and get some great games. And someone else put something in. I think this was the Sega thing, right?
Yeah, so I threw that in there just because I don't know if this is a recurring thing or not. There's Sega just gave away a bunch of free games at makewarnotlove.com.
Right.
And it was, I don't know, it said this was like the third time they've done this, maybe? I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it either, but then all of a sudden there was like a ton of free Sega games a day, and you could vote on which one you wanted.
Yeah, so I don't know if stuff's still free there, but if for future reference.
We don't need more stuff to dump free games on us. Wait, yes, we do.
Yeah, well, yeah. I won't say no.
How dare they?
Yeah, and then, daylight savings time starts next month, so maybe there's going to be a Steam sale for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be a daylight savings time Steam sale. Yeah.
There's a Steam sale for everything.
There is. Oh, my goodness.
All right, so in the near future until our next show, what can the audience expect from us for streaming here? Pete, what do you expect to stream?
Well, so earlier I talked about Roundabout, so there is that, and I didn't even remember to mention this. Layers of Fear just recently came out, and I'm really stoked for that. Scary games are fun, but I'm just gonna freak out probably. So that's it for me for the near term, I think.
All right, Ted?
I'm gonna try to actually complete Borderlands 2. I'd love it if you guys join me, but if not, I'll just stream it solo.
We're here for you.
I promise to be awful either way, so you should join in.
Yes, that's a promise you can count on. No,
yes, absolutely. All right, so after completing Shadowrun Dragonfall, I'm going to be working on Shadowrun Hong Kong. So I'll stream some of this and try to make it more entertaining. But if you guys tune in and interact, it'll be even better. So
yeah, definitely. And then we can tell you all the bad moves that you made. Like, I can't believe you hid behind that couch. Don't you know?
Don't mind
Spirit ate you again. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, no kidding. Hopefully they've improved the Spirit thing. The next one we'll see. All right. Well, if you would like to game with us, you can find links to all of our different gaming profiles and more in the show notes of each episode at poshame.com. All right. If you're into World of Warcraft, you can check out my other podcast right here on the D20 Crit Network called Monk Meditation at monkmeditation.com. And the D20 Crit Network is also going to be having a game night where we're going to be playing Team Fortress 2 this coming Tuesday, March 1st at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. I'll be participating, and you can watch it live at twitch.tv/D20CritGaming. Pete, any shout-outs you want to give?
Oh my goodness, no.
Okay, Ted.
All my homies. Oh, wait.
Yeah, right. Oh my goodness.
All right, well,
we
to
are
get in
unexciting.
To get in contact with the show, email us at show@poshame.com. You can also reach us at poshame.com for links to all the ways to watch and listen to the show. Ted, how can everyone best reach us?
Well, Rob is at wowmonk on Twitter. Pete is at Fighting Viper on Twitter. And I am at Pericleon on Twitter. And you can follow this show at poshame.
All right. Conquer the pile. Don't quit. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with more games to add to the pile. Until then, don't get smothered by your pile of shame. Good night, everybody.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
I rolled a 20.